Hey everybody, this is True Vanguard here. Hey, just wanted to show you guys all of the best locations that I've found to hack people from in the Mad Mile. I know that hacking can be tough for a lot of folks. It does really favor the person who's being hacked. So a lot of people have had a hard time with it, and that's understandable. So I just want to help you guys figure out some really good locations to hack people from, some that are almost foolproof. There's almost no way people can get to you if you play it right. So I'm going to show you some of my best locations. This isn't a list of every location in the Mad Mile that I use for hacking. These are just some of the highlights, the ones that I think are the best. So I'm showing you this one here. This is where we'll start out. This is kind of in the southeast region of the Mad Mile. I use this one quite a bit whenever I get thrown into this area. I use it because it's just such a hard place for people to find you in. And so I'm just kind of showing you here. I use this building as a reference because it really pops out, that kind of bright white one. It's one of the check-in locations. So I use that as my marker when I pull up my map. And once you come up here, there's another lift. Look up to bring it down. I'm blown away by how many people overlook this lift right here. So I just make my way up. There are a lot of cameras, but once you get up here, there's really only like one that can spot you, and that's if you're standing on the edge. So, by the way, sorry if you hear my kid talking in the background. He's kind of fighting a nap. He's only 6 months old. Cute as can be. But anyways, so once you're up here, you know, they have to use those series of lifts. I use blackouts to slow them down. Also, there's those ledges that I was just looking at that you can climb down if you need to, but if they do make their way up here, I guarantee it, they will not find you if you drop down to this ledge here. See, it's kind of hidden there. If you drop down to that ledge, they will not find you, I guarantee it. But just know that if you get onto that ledge, there's no way to get off of that ledge without dying. So that's kind of a bummer. Once you're done with the hack, you either need to die or intrude someone else's game before you can get down. So anyways, that's one location. It's one that I really like to use just because of how long it takes people to get up there. You can use blackouts to make sure that they can't get up there at all. But yeah, I love using that one. Here's another one I'll show you. It's really easy to find on your map because it stands out like a sore thumb. This location that I'm headed to uses one of the two parking garages that are kind of circular shaped. Now these are actually in Chicago, if you didn't know that. These two parking garage buildings with offices above them. I had a shootout at this location with a buddy of mine on PSN, and then the next day his commute into work, because he lives in Chicago, he took a picture of the two buildings and captioned it. Look familiar?
He's close.
It really does blow me away how well they did pay tribute to the actual city of Chicago here, some of the landmarks and features that might be easily overlooked. So I'm switching cars here just because this location that I want to get to, it's easier if you have a car with good acceleration, because you're going to need to use your acceleration to get up to speed in a short distance. Now you might be thinking, oh, parking garage, big whoop, they can make their way up there. True, they can make their way up here, but I'm not actually going to be in the parking garage. But the place that I want to get to, I have to get to the top of the parking garage in order to access. Now this is something I just found out exploring one day, and I've used it ever since. I have absolutely never once been found when hacking people from this location. So I'm making my way up this tower. You'll notice that it's the northeast of the two towers. And once I get to the top here, I will show you there's a gap in the railing right here. I'm going to kind of line up with it, back up, give myself a little bit of space to accelerate, get up to speed, go right through it, bam, you land on this building over here. Now this is a roof that you're not supposed to have access to, which is kind of given away by the fact that you can walk into this not really here AC unit. So once you're up here, people can't get here if they don't ramp a car onto it. Literally impossible. So most people aren't thinking to do that when they're being hacked. So once you're up here, I just tuck in behind the car, use it as cover, or just stand inside that AC unit. And I've never been found up here. There is one camera that you should know about. I'll show it to you here. Right there. Now you can hack that camera yourself, but people will start looking in the parking garage. They're not going to be within hacking distance of that camera, so just keep an eye out for where they are. If they're heading close to that camera, then maybe you want to hide from it, get on the other side of the car or whatever, but it's really not going to be a problem. I'm going to show you another location here. You'll notice that I'm moving all around the map in the Mad Mile. That's because the goal is to have locations set so that no matter where it throws you in the map, you know there's a location nearby that you can use and that you can work to your advantage. This one here is a little more accessible than the others I'll show you, but it just takes time to get up here, and there's a really easy way to play it. So, I don't know if you noticed there, but my profiler just shut itself off, and I had to click it back on without me queuing it. It just turned itself off. That is a telltale sign that someone has jumped into your game. So if you wonder why your profiler just shut itself down without you telling it to do so, it's because someone's intruding you. So I'm just going to make my way up here to this location. You have to go across the tracks, then climb up this building, and I use this AC unit for cover. There's no cameras that can see you when you're tucked into cover here. Now I'll show you a neat little trick here. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'll show you a neat trick here. When you know someone's in your game, go to online hacking and select find a target.
Damn, I got a fixer on
and
me.
Instead of finding you a target, it'll give you a circular location that tells you where the intruder is. So a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. Maybe you're the one of the people that do not know this. So you just select find a target. It will give you the radius where to look. And that guy was kind of acting weird. I could tell he wasn't a computer. I could tell he wasn't AI, so just shot him. Turns out to be the right guy. We're good to go. So anyways, that's one location up here. And what's great about this location is the amount of time it takes to get up there. I'm just going to show you here. You might be thinking, how can I even trust this guy's word that he knows what he's talking about? I'll just show you here. I'm in the top 0%, ranked 247 in hacking in the world on PSN. So I'm not just Joe Schmo trying to tell you what to do. So anyways, when they're making their way up here, you can just look down the side and see them. And once they get around that spot, you just jump down. And they're going to go to the roof and look up there, and you're not going to be there anymore. It's really, really easy. Moving is kind of key. I'm just going to kill myself here. I just want to get back to a car quickly. So anyways, I'm going to show you another location, and this is one of my absolute favorite spots to hack people from. Once it loads up here. And it's one of my favorites because this is another one of the locations I've never been found in. And it's kind of obvious, but a lot of people don't know about it, which blows me away. A lot of guys really have a hard time finding me. And if you play it right, it's nearly impossible to find you. So I'm going to go to this location. Once I get there, I'll kind of pull up the map again, show you exactly where it is so you can make your way there. It's in the lower left corner of the major railroad intersection over here. So here is the access point. So lower left corner of that major railroad intersection here. Here's the access point. Now the key is don't initiate the hack right here. You've got, you know, almost a full minute to get to your hiding place. One of the biggest mistakes people make in hacking is that as soon as they get into someone's game, they immediately go for the person, get the back door, and then initiate the hack. And there's no rush. You've got like 4 minutes to find a good hiding place and kind of map out what you're going to do before you ever start the back door. And then once you have a game plan, then you start the back door, and then you've got about a minute to find your way to your hiding spot. So this is now where I would start the hack. See, there's a camera there just so you're aware of it. No one ever notices it because it's really high up if you're on the ground, but just so you know it's there. So anyways, I would start the hack over in this corner because when you do that, their search radius is going to be right around this area, and it will exclude the access point, right? So they won't be looking in the area where the scaffolding is because their radius for searching isn't over there, it's over here. So that's the key to making this place work. I've got some gameplay of me using this one, so I might attach that or put it in a later video. I've got all of my hacking locations record on gameplay. So I can show you that. This little corner here, by the way, is also a good place to hide if you kind of ran out of time and you needed to start the hack earlier than before you got all the way over there. Then that's a good place to use. So that's one of my favorites. Never been found there. It's also a good ambush location. Just as a heads up, I absolutely hate ambushers in this game. People who just sit in their own games and wait for people to intrude them and set up ambushes. It's stupid. It's worth very little points, and it's just downright annoying. But anyways, if you're one of those people, that's a good place to ambush from. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but now this place I'm taking you to here, this one's a little tricky to get to. You have to have rehearsed getting there in a timely fashion, which I have. So I will just show you here. If you're using this location, you want to start by driving a motorcycle. You don't have to drive a motorcycle. I just do because it's more time effective, or time efficient, sorry, using plural vocabulary. So anyways, don't go too fast up those stairs with a motorcycle because it will nosedive and flip, and they're prone to do that. So this train didn't leave me much space. It's just gonna flip over here, pick it right back up, no big deal. But anyways, once you're up here on these tracks, there's a building that you're not supposed to be able to get onto, but you can get onto it. So right here, this is the building I'm gonna use. Run out on this beam, drop down onto the glass awning. You can run up these tiny things, but you have to be tapping the square button or circle in order to climb up there. So people have a real hard, they don't think to climb up these things. They're not supposed to be climb-upable, if that makes sense. You can make your way around the backside of this building. People are never going to find you up here, I guarantee it. Not unless you're being stupid and shooting them, which I sometimes do, just because I get bored just sitting in the same place for a while they look. Sometimes I'll pull out my handgun and I'll put a round into their leg or whatever, just to tick them off, because it's fun to troll people. But that can also get you found pretty easily. But anyways, this is a nice corner I like to tuck into. It's just kind of tucked away from everything. Yeah, this location is pretty much foolproof. If you can get up here, they will not find you. So, there's that. I've only got one location left to show you guys in this video. It's another one of my favorites. Very, very hard for people to find you if you're in this next location. So this is going to be in the northeast corner of the Mad Mile. So if that's where the game throws you, then this is the location that you're going to want to use. A lot of people make the mistake of rushing their location. They just find a corner and tuck into it, or find a bush that you can get into and tuck into it, and that usually does not work. So take your time, can't stress that enough, take your time in knowing where you're going to go. The very first thing you want to do when you get into someone's game is figure out where you are and where you want to be. So every time it throws me into someone's game, very first thing I do is create some distance between me and the person, because sometimes it puts you decently close. So I create some distance between the two of us, pull up my map, figure out where I am, and figure out where I want to be. So I have a plan of attack before I ever start initiating a hack. So you're going to come to this parking garage here, the northeast corner of the Mad Mile. Start wrapping up here. It's the third floor, not the second. So once you get up here, I usually park the car nicely just so it doesn't raise suspicion if someone gets up here. So I'll show you on the map. This is exactly where I'm at. Now a lot of people don't know about this place unless they've done all the towers, the CTOS towers. But this is a location you just climb over the railing here, and you can climb up this ladder over here. I actually don't go over here to hack, but it's just kind of a cool area. So sometimes I use the backside of this building. You can kind of walk around it. You can cross the awnings here. There's just a lot of fun kind of parkour-esque places to go up here, and that section over there you can get to. But that's not where we're going to do the hack, because people can get up here. It's just a little tricky. They don't usually think about it. But just to be safe, I don't like losing rep points. So here's where I hack from. I come down here, and you find yourself a nice corner. And this is where I hack from. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful for you. Throw a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming for you. Thanks, guys.